All right, guys. Welcome to F.A.W.B. It stands for Forever a White Belt. This is episode 6, and today we have with us Big Ugly. Here he is, and of course, Buffalo Joe here. And we're just gonna kick things off, jumping right into it. Big Ugly's gonna kind of go over how he knows us, and he's not just some stranger off the street just walking in.
Yeah. So I'll talk about Buffalo Joe first, since I knew him first.
Of course.
And so the second day I walked into the jiu-jitsu gym.
Let's go back to the first day.
The first day?
Yeah, we had to do a little start over.
So the first day I went in with the Big Five crew, as we were called at the time.
The Big Five.
Yes, me, Casey, and Brian. First, it was a gi class. I didn't have a gi, so I borrowed one of the fat person gis left behind.
Oh, you gotta love those.
Oh,
Nice.
yeah.
Was it
I still
stinky?
It was sweat stained.
Extra
before I even got a hold
gym
of it.
gis. Yeah, those are always great.
Oh, yeah.
But so I got in there. Then this guy named Jeremy,
Wait,
he did an
was that purple belt, Jeremy?
ISIS Jeremy.
Oh.
Yeah. The one who looks like a terrorist, yeah.
Yeah.
He plotted me 17 times. I didn't know. And then they decided to tell me how to get out of it right
He
afterwards.
brought some terror to you, man.
Yeah. Well,
First
that was
Day one.
day one.
That's because you're a big boy. They're
I was big boy,
we're
and I
gonna show
wrestled.
this big boy how jiu-jitsu works.
That's
Love it.
that's basically how it went. Then they told me how to get out of it, and I've never been caught in it since.
There you go.
And
Lesson learned.
I did torment him. He was my chew toy.
So if you're out there,
Yeah.
you know who you are.
I know, and you're a good buddy.
Yeah,
And a better chew toy.
A better chew toy.
But
I
going
like
back
more as
to
a chew toy.
going back to Joe, first time I met him, he had the biggest smile on his face when he saw me.
That
It
big
was
old dumb smile.
he looked like he just found his prey. But he was nice the first.
Are you sure it wasn't lust in his eyes?
It could have been. He was
Hungry.
he
Well,
was hungry, but
he
and you
was
see how he
hungry.
eats.
Listen, man, like there wasn't people my size. And so to learn jiu-jitsu at that gym, I had to tone down everything. Like I couldn't, and even if I did when I first started, even back then, like exploding and being strong, it didn't matter. People were still
I
struggling.
love all the
strangling me.
terms jiu-jitsu. It's exploding and all that stuff. So hilarious.
We big, we explode. Small
Yes.
people go fly.
But when you came in, I was like, oh, I can like help train this guy, and then he can be my rival. And you were younger than me, so I figured you were going to actually like eventually get better than me. You know?
I was also heavier too.
Yeah, you were 340.
Yeah, you were around
pounds.
300 pounds. I was 40 pounds more than you.
I was 290. I was 290,
50
and I stayed at
pounds.
290 forever.
50 pounds. I made him look small and slim.
Dang. How times have changed.
Yeah.
And you're looking great, by the way. Yeah.
Lost 80 pounds.
80 pounds.
And this was the COVID year. I started November 2019. Kind of did it on off. Like 1 month I'd go, 1 month not, and then 1 month I go, 1 month I wouldn't for like the first 6 months. Then I got a pay raise, so then I was able to go every month.
Yeah, so it was just more of like a financial thing, kind of kept you up
Yeah,
in training.
I was working at Big Five. I didn't make that much money.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Right? They're good for nothing there.
I have good memories of making fun of some of the coworkers.
Just yeah, big old giant bully walking around making fun of them.
Nah, not
You
they
guys-
deserved it.
You guys had like an interesting policy on theft, right?
Oh, you steal as much as you want, as long as it's underneath $700. You're fine. It's
Fine, it's all good. Hey, man, that's
can't
crazy.
do anything about it.
Yeah, I was gonna say I got a Mossberg from Big Five for like $400. So you can just take that off the shelf, just walk on out, be just fine.
Nah, not the guns.
No,
The
okay,
guns.
yeah, watch out
That's
for
one
that.
issue that we can't.
That's,
Everything else, shoes,
Yeah.
fishing gear, fishing poles, anything
wow.
like that, you're good.
Yeah,
Guns.
yeah.
I need to
No, we
meet
have to
some,
fight
like,
you. That's a federal crime.
Yeah, I gotta get some Big Five employee connects. Some friends. If you're out there and you work at Big Five, be my friend, please. So give us a little bit of a.
I didn't talk about how I met you though.
Oh no, we'll get to that. So going back to first day going into the jiu-jitsu gym, what kind of brought you in there to begin with? I mean, you mentioned that you have a wrestling background. Did that kind of lead you then to like pursue more martial arts after high school? Because that's when you stopped competing in wrestling. Is that correct? Was it after high school?
So I did. So let's go back even further. So when I first moved to Vancouver, got into a kung fu place, Kaju Kenpo Tumpai.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
And
That's
I
hard
did
to
that.
Say that 10 times fast.
Nah, I'm not gonna try
Gotcha.
that.
Okay, pa. It sounds like a food order.
Yeah, right.
It sounds
Very
delicious.
fancy Chinese food over
Yes, I bet.
But I went there all the way until end of high school. Same with wrestling. I did it for 6 years. Sucked until junior year.
Mm-hmm.
Junior year, made it to state. Should not have, but I made it to state because I kicked some butt.
Wait,
Yeah.
why do you think that you shouldn't have made it?
I was not supposed to. I was supposed to get knocked out first round at regionals.
Oh, really?
And
I said no.
I got put on my stomach, was down 5 points to nothing, came back and whooped that guy's ass.
Boom.
Nice.
Then I got fourth place in regional, so I got to go to state. Faced the returning state champion, who was one of the two scariest guys I ever wrestled. Like, I kid you not, his name is Stoneheart.
Well, with the name like that, you better
was-
be a bad.
He was built, and he was built different. And he also played football for Harvard, so he wasn't a dumb guy. Not like me. I'm
Some
stupid.
guys just have it all, man.
He has it all. He probably has something down there too. No.
Well, hold on
Jeez,
a second.
whoa.
You played football for college too, didn't you?
Linfield.
Yeah, but you still played college ball.
And
You know?
that's why.
I played college football, but
And this guy was even more than that. That's what he's saying.
that's what I'm saying. That
This
guy
guy's
was
like
more
a
than
God,
that.
bro. You came across a deity in his
Well,
time.
yeah, he was the returning state champion. Kicked
geez.
my butt. Kicked everyone's butt.
That's the only reason why he beat you. It's because
Well, he
teched
he teched my butt. It was
They don't even
he-
make dudes like that.
he was
in a
the
lab.
one guy I thought could have molested me.
It's crazy to have that fear in your head that there's someone out there that could take that.
See, I wasn't scared at all. I was like, I was told that he was the returning state champion. I was like, I'm going to give him my all. Then I looked at the bracket and I just saw his name and I was like, it's done.
Did you already instantly? You're like, God.
Well, I looked at the
want
name
this
and then I saw him just staring at me.
I was hoping somebody else was gonna beat him.
Yeah.
And I was gonna beat that guy to beat him.
I almost saw him get his neck broken and he's still in the semifinals. Came out and whooped the dude's butt in the finals.
Yeah.
Savage.
Savage. But
Love it. What did you
wrestling,
say his name was?
Stoneheart.
Stoneheart.
Stone is spelled like stone. Heart is H-A-R-T. There's a couple photos. I used to be able to find a photo of me and him wrestling on Google. I can't find it anymore. But you could the size difference.
because it was probably just like an alien specimen or something. Like, oh no, that guy.
What was his whole name again?
Stoneheart, Timberline High School.
There we go. Joe's on it. He's a good little. He's good at finding people, if you know what I mean.
Ah, yes.
I
But
don't think.
he was scary.
Yeah.
Although it looks like yeah, Timberline High School.
Oh, that's right. We got our.
You can
our
just go
own,
to images.
What's the
Images should find him.
We got our own Jamie over there. But it's
Do
Justine
you want
now.
to separate the name?
Oh yeah, no, that's good.
God,
Where is he? I should Timberline High School Wrestling. I think that would do it.
This is hilarious. So
There
that
we
you all
go.
know,
Yeah.
we are finding
Is that him in high
the
school?
monster
Yeah, that
took this
that's
guy
after-
out in high school.
That's
We're
him in
looking him
high
up
school?
right now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's the first two images.
That's a high school guy. He has look at his armpits.
Yo, that looks like
He
a
has a
professional
mustache.
wrestler.
He has the name of one, so he might as well be one.
That's a grown man.
That is
from Venezuela.
That is a
that's
grown
30
man
years
that-
old.
Yeah,
Taking TRT, bro.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that is a
no.
member of the NWO.
There's a
Yeah.
reason I said
yeah.
that he could have molested me.
Yeah, no.
He was a scary
He might
man.
have. He might
Yeah.
have, man. Oof.
He finished
Wow.
quick.
Yeah, I bet. I just closed my eyes, and when I woke up, he was state champ. I don't know what happened. Oh,
Wow.
man.
But
Okay.
yeah, wrestling. Going back to the original.
Yeah,
question.
yeah.
Yeah.
Wrestling did have me interested in jiu-jitsu.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
And then I didn't have an excuse until I met Brian and Casey from the Big Five crew. And
Did
then,
you guys all come in together, or who came in first? Eddie?
They've been training for a few months.
Okay.
Brian trained when he was a little younger. Then
Yeah.
him and Casey started training.
Uh-huh.
And I don't know if there was a few months or maybe it was like 6 months.
Yeah.
And then they got me to come aboard. And then the rest is history.
Yeah.
And then you got to meet this big old boy.
Yes. And my favorite thing from early days of jiu-jitsu is I pissed him off somehow. So
You pissed off the bus.
I pissed him off. Yeah, I went for his hurt arm at the time.
Did you turn water buffalo on?
No,
him?
he went full like deity buffalo.
Start making
Like
like weird
war.
noises.
He was not a buffalo. He was a guar.
A guar? What is a guar?
It is the
Hey,
largest
Justine, could you look up what a quar is for us real quick?
Guar?
Guar.
That's a guar.
Oh, it's so handy to have somebody on the comp now.
It really is.
Oh no, the guar buffalo.
Guar buffalo. Yeah, we're gonna have to hunt it now. Get like a head stuffed up in here.
Oh,
That's just
yeah.
the bison, by the way.
Look at that bad boy. Whoa.
It's an Indian style one. You can
We're
kind of
gonna
see it
have to
compared.
get these images and then put them up in the editing so that these pictures show up.
Was that when you almost threw me into the gym equipment? Is that why I got mad? So
That was a
No,
different time.
that was a different time.
That was a different time. Jeff.
we always did
We're
that.
talking about the first time. Jeez.
But then Buffalo Joe decided to have a little fun. So he was mounted on me. So then he just throws his shin over my neck, grabs it, rolls over, and does a go-go plata. And he called it a unique name at the time.
What'd you call it?
A shitto plata.
a shitto plata. It's a term that we use like for just shitty moves that aren't supposed to
Gooning
work.
it.
Yeah.
Or if
call
your
it
technique isn't good, you just goon it.
jiu-jitsu.
You know,
Yeah, that's my goon stuff too. I
you
like
just
to
choke somebody like through
After
their
this, I got to
defense.
show you some YouTube jiu-jitsu I shot.
Some
the other
YouTube
day.
jiu-jitsu.
You're gonna love. Yeah, you guys are gonna love it. Yeah, I've been finding some real great stuff on there.
There's some stuff that actually works, man, and then there's some stuff where you're like, I don't even know why anybody's on the internet showing this to anybody.
Buggy choke. I can't get it to
Hey,
work.
man.
I have to
never
get that stuff. I have not figured out how to get it to work.
We'll get there. We'll get there for sure.
Yeah.
But then I got a little better, so Joe stopped rolling with me as often.
How long did that
I know
take?
it's not. I know. I'm just.
How long did it take before Joe was like, this guy's too much to deal with?
He had a couple injuries, and I got back, so it took him a little bit. He had to come back after a month. Then we had some good wars, and then he's just getting hurt and had surgery.
Got
so
old.
Getting old, man.
yeah, we have to put you down.
Yeah, put him out
So,
of pasture. Sorry.
So yeah, there was a few times. I mean, I go back and forth between getting injured. I got a permanent back injury and now some knee and some sciatic pain or whatever. But like coming back when you're trying to stay on the mat and you're also like you don't roll with guys like you. You know what I mean? When you're trying to heal, like you just don't.
No, you roll with Grant.
Yeah, like you roll with
Shout out
guys
to
like
Grant, too.
Yeah.
Hey, buddy, we miss you, buddy. Come back.
I remember on one of my injuries, I had just healed up, and I was like, okay, I can start rolling with you again. And I remember my gas tank was so bad, and just this feeling of fear. I was like, oh man, now I'm like completely gassed, and I have Big Ugly on top of me, like hunting for a Kimura.
It's
I was just like,
I wanted it.
Tap out.
Yeah.
And say forget it. I don't
Coming
care.
back
I'm done
sucks,
with this. I'm done
brother.
with this.
I remember that from my back injury. That sucked.
Yeah, coming back because everybody else keeps training.
Yeah, it's
You know,
not like they're
everyone
gonna
else-
stop. Well,
yeah.
okay, we're gonna wait till Joe gets back.
Yeah,
and then
everybody else
we'll pick
keeps
this
training,
back
man.
up.
Immediate Shark Tank.
Yeah.
So how long did you guys train at the previous gym before we all ended up over here? Because that's when we met. Is when you guys came over from the previous gym, and then Chris. Which hey, we don't really do enough shout outs to Chris, by the way, the owner of this establishment.
I think he so I think
I know he's a little. He likes to be behind the scenes.
I think that Chris thought that we were gonna bomb so hard and say something that got us canceled so quick that he didn't want anything to do with
Well, you
this.
have
I'm
me
okay.
for that.
Yeah, he's like, I'm okay with having the logo on there, but
Yeah.
they do this when I'm not here. I swear, I didn't even know this is happening.
So, I mean, I can give a good shout out to Chris.
Yeah.
Chris is who I got most of my knowledge of jiu-jitsu from. most of my moves, they're basically just everything he taught me.
Sensei Chris. Thank you, Sensei Chris.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Sensei.
Oos.
Yeah.
Oos, Chris.
But
The wizard. That's what I call him. Call him the wizard.
You can't call him the wizard.
I'm gonna call him the wizard.
You can't call him the wizard.
I don't know why. But I'm gonna.
People are gonna think he's white.
He's the wizard. He's the head wizard
monk.
of Columbia River Jiu-Jitsu.
You can't say that.
The Grand Master Wizard of our establishment is Chris.
And that was our last
Yeah.
episode.
Chris. What's Chris's last name too? It's
Nakato.
Nakato. Yes,
Nakato.
yes. Look that up. Yeah.
Yeah.
See why that's funny.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, I love it though, man. So yeah. So then, what was it like? 2 years then? Previously, you trained over there, and then
I think this November will be year 5 of jiu-jitsu in total.
Oh, geez.
Really?
So it was like almost 4 years.
On and off 4 years.
Not on and off. Like the first little bit was on and off.
Yeah.
Then it was, I think, July I quit and then went to the base for a little bit. Only like 4 days.
Sure.
Then I heard Chris opened up. So after the first week, I came here.
What did you like about the base, and what didn't you like?
Numbers.
Numbers. Oh, yeah.
Everyone, like, there was a lot of people that wanted to roll.
Yeah.
I will say another thing I liked is that I kept spamming the same Kimura from bottom, and no one knew how to defend it. And that's why Kimura was number 1. I also like the brown belts.
Yeah.
Like having a lot of higher belts
Yeah.
to go and just have wars with.
Yeah.
Like I almost got one submission on them, but there was a couple guys.
Yeah, they have a great program there.
Yeah.
They have a great
That's
program.
a solid
and they
program,
are.
yeah.
Yeah.
One of the top schools here in Vancouver.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I their jiu-jitsu was awesome. I liked their jiu-jitsu. I liked their instruction. I love their competition class was probably the most challenging class that I've had, aside from my first day at
other place?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but they didn't do striking. And then
Well, I think that's like, it's very hard to find a bad jiu-jitsu school because they're just not going to survive, especially like in this kind of environment. I mean, we got, how many schools do we have in Vancouver? I could think of just like 5.
It's blown up.
Right off the top of my head, I think of 5 jiu-jitsu schools, and every one of them have a solid program.
Absolutely.
I mean, they got pros, potential pros, and guys, you can't really lie in jiu-jitsu, you know?
Yeah.
Where you can kind of uki your way into getting some more students, you know, like, oh, I'm going to demonstrate shit to you. And if I was going full speed, you know, it would really hurt, so I can't go full speed. We're just going to demonstrate shit the whole time.
Yeah.
In jiu-jitsu, you have to do those live rolls, so it's like the proof is going to be there. Yeah, you know, if a guy like you walks through the door and the head instructor can't handle you, even though with your physical prowess, like you're a big guy, you're strong and all that shit, the jiu-jitsu instructor should make life difficult for you with no real training coming in. So you showing up to a school, if he can't handle you, that says something a little bit about their program, I feel like. Nowadays, I get it, because you have, 5 years of jiu-jitsu plus
5 years. And
4 years or 6 years of wrestling?
6 years of wrestling, although there was
you're looking at
was-
over 11 years of training, of formal training. That would put you at 10 years to be a pro at something.
Yeah.
I'd say you're pretty knowledgeable now, so you should be able to walk into any gym and hold your own.
I have my game set in, so like what I like to do, big boy stuff, just lay on them, suffocate them.
Yeah.
But nothing wrong with that.
So you went up the base, and then
here, let's get back to that.
You
Shit.
came back to.
Then I came back here. Then Chris was saying that he's going to get a striking coach in.
That's when we met.
Yeah, that's
when I
think it was like
hey.
a couple weeks later, or maybe a week later. I first met you.
Yeah,
And we had
I got here like a week after opening. 'Cause
Yeah.
I was over. I went to Richfield a few times, maybe like 3 times. I trained over there. Never saw you there. And then when he opened up this place, it was like within a week or so, I was here. And then within, I think 2 weeks after that, we had the striking program going. And then started training a lot more after that. for sure.
Yeah, on and off with the striking because of injuries and all that. But I mean,
And it was brand new to you too.
yeah, with
That type of-
structure.
That type of striking was brand new. Yeah, the
'cause-
formal like sparring and.
Do you want me to get into why I stopped doing the striking class?
Please.
So, Mighty Matt, me and Mighty Matt were sparring, and then he threw a knee. I wasn't wearing a cup, and so Joe was actually teaching class that day for
Wait.
jiu-jitsu.
Oh, wait, what?
Whoa.
Yeah, you were teaching jiu-jitsu right after that.
Oh, yeah, okay,
yeah.
okay, yeah.
Because
I remember Matt was telling me he used to run or teach like in a striking class. So
Yeah.
that was the class he was teaching. And he knew
I think that was before him and the other guy took over for the striking. But we did the sparring. Matt kneed me in the dick.
the huevos. The huevos. Yeah.
It turned purple
Oh.
halfway, like at the base.
Oh.
So I just stopped going.
No, I would too. I would quit martial arts
It was
altogether.
Thanos purple.
Yeah, no, I'd be done.
I've
with it.
never
You
had.
broke it.
I've had a lot of injuries, man, over the years, and I've never had
Purple dick.
one of those injuries.
No?
Well, you don't get hit in
watch
the
out.
dick.
Oh,
Try
wow.
not to. That's why
How long did it take for you to recover?
it's still not. It's like, it's just
It
that
never
way
has.
now. Yeah,
Never actually.
It's now coming back out.
Yeah, he's like, it just
It
started
took
5 years later.
I think it took a month for it to go back to normal.
Bro, I would have been in the hospital that day. I would have been, oh no,
Nah.
I'm not leaving until this is back.
There's
to
some
normal.
things you just don't tough guy out. You know what I'm saying? And I
toughed
feel
it
like
out.
that's one.
Yeah,
That's
you
one of
are-
those things. You know?
I don't need to
are
go
a
to the
savage,
hospital
bro.
unless it's like bent the other way.
No,
It wasn't shattered. Everything works.
It
So
wasn't
I'm good. No.
Okay.
Okay. So that so you stopped striking for a while.
I think
that
over
would scare everybody. Anyway,
yeah, for
any
like a year and a
rational
half.
person.
Yeah.
I think a year and a half.
Yeah.
And I mean, it wasn't like too structured. Then you came along with the striking class, and then I've been doing that
Yeah.
and getting better. It's kind of timid at first because big guy. Throw punches, although now I'm just starting to actually extend my punches.
Yeah,
you-
you're
do
starting to
you
get a lot of flow going. Yeah, we're stringing together punches. I don't, just Friday. Before it was a lot of like just picking, right? Just boom, boom. Maybe you may do like a 1-2,
yeah.
But that's where it ended, right? Now you're getting that flow where you're in there and you're exchanging. And not
Well,
only
I felt comfortable when I
exchanges-
got you in the corner. It's like you're trapped there.
Yeah.
You can't really move. Bop, bop,
Yeah,
bop.
you're starting to get that vision in the fray of things, and not only, like I was saying, not only are we getting that flow where you're exchanging, but you're level changing in that exchange. So you're getting way more comfortable compared to that just and that way overreaction to punch coming at
Muhammad
you.
Ali.
Oh yeah, yeah. Things are looking real good with the boxing for sure, which kind of leads a little bit to the competition stuff that we were
The
gearing up
MMA
for.
fight.
Yes, sir, the MMA fight. So we went to Street Beefs. We went up there, and you competed in your first ever MMA match. Do you want to talk about a little bit about the training leading up to that, and kind of like how like you were feeling going into it? Because you've never were you ever in a like fist fight prior to that? Not really?
Maybe in middle school. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, but I wouldn't consider that a fight.
Right.
But so hadn't done any fight like that. No bar fights, nothing like that. So this was a new experience. A lot of nerves. I also decided to do it in a singlet.
Well, you
Not
want
this
to
one.
look good doing it for
Oh,
sure.
I gotta show up for the ladies, like showing them what they want.
That
Hold on
big
a second.
ugly thing is
you had
iron.
never had a street fight?
No.
People don't go out there and just hit random strangers,
That's-
bro. It's not like a normal thing. I heard.
Where did you grow up?
Here.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Continue.
Exactly. Yeah. That's
I
right.
grew up in the South.
Yeah. Do you feel bad now when he came in the first day in the jiu-jitsu and you're over there just trying to beat him up and break him?
Listen,
Poor guy
no.
here.
So first of all,
Jeez,
he
Joe,
almost
that's
threw me
bold.
over his head. No, he did throw me over my head.
Softly.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
not softly.
Well, I'm strong.
He's strong. He's
He
just
took a
big,
shot
strong
at me and I
boy.
sprawled, and then he threw me over like a child.
Yeah.
Like I've never been thrown like that in my life.
He doesn't know his own strength. You have to teach him.
I was I have what is known as retard strength.
Yeah. That's a technical term.
That is a very
term.
technical term.
Don't shut us down. That's a technical term.
It's a technical term.
I've heard it.
Yeah.
I've seen it in books.
Yeah.
I've seen it in books.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we're
I
good.
am. It should be me in the dictionary next to it.
Yeah. And I think you can call yourself whatever you want.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right?
It's probably
Yeah.
you should probably use it as a pronoun.
I'm a little slow.
It's a pronoun, bro. It's part of your pronoun. Your pronouns. Yeah.
My pronouns are re and tarded.
I like it. That's great.
Okay,
what are we at? About 25 minutes in? Yes.
Yeah.
Let's get to the fight.
Let's
get to the fight.
podcast.
6. Okay, so yeah, leading up to the competition, though, man, like it was first ever competition, first ever real like fight. The intensity's different, right? It's hard. It's more intense than like normal sparring. Even though leading up to it, we did do some hard sparring. We wanted to kind of break you into like, hey, this is what it feels like to get hit, and this is going to be your reaction after you get hit. Do you feel like that helped at all?
It did help. Like I just got back from an injury, or I got back from a back injury.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then in training, I had you and Brian and Matt to spar with mainly. So that helped out a lot, especially since Brian was closer to my size too.
Yep.
A little bigger. All that working on all the wrestling stuff like that, which came out help out a lot in
Big
this fight.
time in this match for sure. Because that was kind of the game plan going into this. I know we talked about that. We were going to use
Cage wrestling.
Yeah, we're going to use that striking, a lot of that boxing that we talked about to close the distance, get a hold of the guy, and get him on the ground so you can really work your strengths, which is your wrestling and your submissions. So I think going into this,
I was trained well. I will say, stepping into the cage, the nerves were on fire. I was like twice right before I stepped in, I was like, why the heck am I here? Why am I here?
Yeah, I have nothing to prove. What am I doing? Yeah,
what am I doing here?
Right?
Like,
makes it real.
And then you step in, and then you just get mad.
Yeah.
And
That's
then
kind of how I feel about it sometimes too. Is I get that real kind of like not. I've been able to manage it more now that I've been doing it more. But once I got in the cage and the cage was closed, I was like, well, I'm here. I can't. I'm not walking out now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it helped me kind of like, okay, now I'm gonna settle.
Well, I mean, if you walk out,
go and do this.
If you quit right before the fight in the cage, you look
what
like
is
a weak.
I think that right there is worse than getting knocked out. That's
that's
what's
like
in your
a
head.
character.
Yeah.
Like people judge you right there on your character. You can get knocked out, and people will either be sympathetic or be like, oh, but you quitting in the cage before the fight even starts. Yeah, that's not gonna look good.
You're not gonna
get laid.
I don't think.
No, probably not.
I don't think that you're that kind of person, anyways, man.
Well, I'm too stubborn to quit.
Listen, I remember. So I told this story like you weren't here, but the last podcast, and it was that underground jiu-jitsu tournament that you just you literally you weren't even training. I don't think.
No, I had too much work at Big Five. I was like becoming a manager because I wanted more money.
Yeah.
$2 an hour.
No.
You just showed up and was like, "Yo, I'll take a match, dude." Like that was crazy. Like
threw him, got tired, got submitted.
Yeah, but you were literally like, "Oh yeah, I got my key in my truck. I can do this."
Do you think it was the fact that there was impact, like striking, involved with the MMA thing that might have heightened a little bit of that nerves compared to just showing up to a jiu-jitsu match without really training? Like, fuck it.
I kind of had a little issues with that during all of wrestling too. Like first wrestling matches of the year, first tournament, all that. Always had that. Luckily, it was mainly against freshmen or really fat people.
It's a normal human response.
It's a normal. It's just like you just go out there, put it in the back, and you just decide you hate that guy. You don't care that he could have a family of 4. You hate that guy.
Whatever you got to do to get pushes you through that initial like jump off.
It's like if we both sign the contract, we're both in the cage. It's legal.
Yeah.
You just punch each other.
So now that you've competed in wrestling, jiu-jitsu, and now MMA, like which one made you the most nervous?
Oh, this fight, yeah.
For sure. Yeah,
Like there's probably a couple wrestling matches that I could say that, but I mean, that's like the Stoneheart fight or a wrestling match. That one, but this I was definitely nervous because it's like I could walk out of there with a cut or get knocked the fuck out on YouTube in front of the world to see. And I still decided, let's do it.
You know, the good news is they have so many fight videos that maybe if you got knocked out, it would just get buried. You know?
The knockouts. No, it's going to rise to the top.
That's the thing, too. You never know what's going to take off. And the platform that we go and compete at, Street Beefs at the Scrapyard in particular, they get videos that go viral. They get millions of views. Yeah. So, there was that heightened, like pressure and that could have happened, but we were prepared for that. And I'm glad and I'm proud of you that you're able to overcome those initial self-doubts that everybody experiences. But that's part, like I said, that's part of the experience. And going through it now, we know what we need to build on. We know how to navigate that stuff when it comes up again. And that was the whole purpose of doing this competition, was to put you under pressure and to give you that experience in a relatively safe environment so that when now if you get attacked on the street,
take them down.
You feel like it's not, you're never in a fight before. Now you've been in one. You know what I mean? If it happens out on the street, it's not going to be like the first time. You're like, oh no, I'm good. I'm okay with this.
I'm
prepared. I'm ready to go. And that's the whole purpose behind what I feel, why we do competition, or at least that's why I do competition. Whatever your reasonings are, those are your own. I will help you. I'll support you in any way I can. But the reason why I look at competition is for those reasons. Prepare us for what's on the outside.
Yeah.
How do you kind of look at competition? What's your take on it?
Look to see how good I am and what I need to improve in. Because the one jiu-jitsu tournament, not underground, that I did. I know I needed to work a lot on leg lock defense. Yeah. And getting out of guard because I hadn't really practiced that. No one could really wrap around my waist at the time. But worked on that, and I still need to work on getting out of guard a little bit more. But leg lock defense for straight ankles and knee bars is pretty good.
It's hard if you're in a gym that doesn't have people that are your size. Because even if you think that you're pretty good at your gym, you don't know what it's like to go against somebody that's your skill level and your size. Right. And so,
which is why I got
your technique.
Yeah. Right.
It's hard to gauge that.
Which is why I got to visit Henzo Gracie's.
Yeah.
Which Chipman has invited me a couple times, and I got it at least once
out, man.
on a Friday morning.
I still have not been in the same room with that guy. I don't know
you
how.
Gotta be. Coach
somehow
he
kicks butt.
Yeah,
he kicks butt. That's
so old school wrestling. Those old school wrestlers.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Just
great mustache.
The great mustache.
I don't know how their forearms get big.
Yeah,
he's also a firefighter. So I mean, he's already built.
Yeah. Brick house, bro. I hope when I'm that age, I still look like I'm a brick house.
Yeah. So I've never asked you that question either. So you've competed now in boxing, kickboxing, right?
He was supposed to.
I was supposed to do the kickboxing event last night.
So you've
not happen.
You've done boxing and MMA both, right? No.
I've done jiu-jitsu.
You've done jiu-jitsu?
Yes.
What was the thing that got your nerves the most?
When it came to that,
at
the time period when I was doing jiu-jitsu competitions, my biggest thing was just not getting submitted.
Yeah,
I just wanted to survive through. I still have to work on chaining together my attacks.
Sure,
so it really was my primary focus. Just don't get submitted. Just try to get survive.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I didn't really have the nerves though going into it.
Yeah,
that I had going into MMA.
Okay, that makes sense.
Again, that's why I asked: is it because it's the impact thing? Someone's actually swinging at you. In jiu-jitsu, they can do a hard finish.
You can get hurt. You can break a bone, but it's not
you can get speared. You can do all that, but I know how to fall correctly.
Yeah,
and I know like if I'm losing that position, that submission, I have time usually to either call out a tap or to quickly tap, and it's done. Compared to like an MMA or a striking thing, you miss a punch, you don't have time to be like, oh, stop.
Yeah.
No, that punch is gonna hit you, and you're gonna probably go lights out, and then you're like, oh shit, it's over.
Yeah.
So there's just that's I think is some of the nerves going into it and the difference in it.
Sure. So you with MMA and boxing, like which one, like out of those two, like which one did you feel was actually more difficult, I should say?
It's MMA for sure. There's more aspects to MMA than there are to boxing.
Sure.
You could be a better striker, and then as we saw this past weekend with Sean O'Malley, great striker, better than
Got
Merab,
mauled.
taken down and mauled.
I think when he took him down, you see that when he had him against the cage, he started
Kissed
kissing him?
Yes, he kissed him.
Oh,
then
bro.
Merab almost messed up bad because there was 5 seconds left after he
turned his
stopped
back.
kissing, let go, like after he clowned on him, turned his back, and that
Sean
would have been
O'Malley
a
jumped up
picture-perfect highlight for Sean O'Malley if he knocked him out right there.
Yeah.
I think Herb kind of got in the middle of it for a second because he didn't quite know what was going on. I think he was going to give him a warning, but it was a weird thing with the clock, like last 5 seconds in the round. So I think he got in the middle. Sean got, I think, one punch off, and he wasn't able to really follow up on it.
I mean, if he was able to follow up on it, it would have been. But, I mean, he got
crazy.
mauled. I mean, until like,
It'll happen.
he had no real moments until the 5th round.
But yeah, when it comes to it is really a cardio thing. I mean, not just a cardio thing. I mean, there's a lot more that comes to that's involved in MMA than just boxing or even just kickboxing. So it's a higher level of competitiveness, higher level of fatigue, and that alone is going to put more pressure on you. So your nerves are going to be higher. Like. I've always been a pretty decent striker. So going into MMA for the first time, I was like, I really hope this guy wants to stand up and punch me, because if he just takes me to the ground, I may kind of. So then you have those kind of nerves too, as you start thinking about like where you're kind of where your weaknesses are, where your holes are. You start fixating on your holes, and if you do that going into a match, that can also affect you. You know what I mean? Play a little too careful.
Well, that's why, like, when we trained for my fight, I was mainly focused on the cage wrestling or just wrestling to striking to submission.
Do you think us having somewhat of a game plan going into it helped?
Yes, striking, takedown, submission. That's because I mean that's basically what happened at the very end of it. Is strike, wrap up, take him down, submission.
I love how you used one strike. Like it wasn't even a combo.
It
was
say we turn it on.
Let's do that. Yeah,
Let's watch it. So hey Justine, could you get that going for us, please? And here we go. We are now doing a little fight review on Big Ugly versus Silverback.
Wow, he was
basically the same size.
He was heavier than you.
Big boy.
Yeah.
And Silverback here, I got to speak with him a little bit after the event, and then again on Facebook we've spoken a few times. Shout out to you, man. He's a cool guy.
Yeah.
All respect to him.
He looks strong, man.
He was.
strong.
Well, you'll see in a second. He was strong.
Man. Yeah. I know that he had a little bit of a wrestling background himself.
You can tell.
He was looking to do some more training after this event, and then possibly we'll see him again in the scrapyard. So that'd be cool, getting him back. Look at that stare off, man. Oof. That's intense right there.
I had to put all the
They touch
nerves
gloves,
towards
though.
anger.
I
Always
mean, that's what you
touch.
have to do sometimes. Put yourself in those kind of like states, like mentally, like, oh, this guy's in my way. Here we go.
One,
Immediate
That was a
clash.
great jab,
Yep.
and then I
can't
thought I
believe
could take
he
him down
almost
right
threw you
there.
like that.
But he did throw me.
Yeah,
He took me off my feet, but I was able to get guard.
And this is like regular blue belt level jujitsu right here. Like this is just like real standard, like break his posture, pull
But
him
honestly,
in.
the fact that you're able to settle in and then fall right into your jiu-jitsu and not get like thrown off or stalled up by getting thrown into the cage was a really good recovery, bro.
Yeah.
See, the one thing is that when I grabbed his leg and started getting up, the only 2 punches he landed right there, they hurt.
I bet they did, man.
I
That
didn't think about him too long, but I mean, I will say most of this fight is very untechnical, but it's First fight, we're both nervous. We break the cage.
And there's a lot of power being thrown behind those punches. I mean,
Yeah.
what was it like for you, too, to actually hit somebody with full force?
I didn't feel it in my hands.
You
It's
didn't
just
feel
like
it?
it just moved through.
Yeah. What about the next day? Did you feel it?
I felt it a little bit in my left hand because I left it or landed more punches
Right
in
here,
my
right
left
here.
hand.
Boom. That right hand when you... And then
That
you
was
got...
probably
it was a
the-
good little flurry right here you guys had. Great exchange. I love this throw right here. Great takedown. Good position.
So when you're right here, like, what were you thinking? Like,
I was thinking arm triangle. Then he moved to an underhook right here, so I
Sure.
immediately go for the Kimura. I have his arm trapped.
Yeah.
And like until we got to the ground, I didn't hear Nate at all during the entire fight. And then
Yeah.
I heard settle in, and then that's when I basically just calmed down. And then he started going for the underhook right there. But then you see in the slow motion, my fat just ripple like the waves.
Oh, it's great. Ooh, I love this too, where because both your feet go off the ground.
Great
Oh, I
highlight.
didn't see that.
Great
Amazing
highlight.
highlight.
And then you see my face just jiggle, and then I get that great uppercut right there.
Right there. That's such a good
Yeah.
highlight, man. Great job.
I'm putting my whole body
shout
into
out
every
to
punch.
Street Beast and Fire Chicken, especially for
Yeah,
editing.
that was some good
That's
editing
great
for sure, yeah.
man.
Oh,
And this shout out too.
we here to fight.
We had a fight, bro.
Yeah.
I love it. Isn't it kind of crazy when you got that camera in your face, especially after you just went through that? You're like, what about
All the
what can
emotions.
I-
It's like,
yeah. Trying to channel things. Oh man,
couldn't even think of reptilian top team. Just like, come over here for jiu-jitsu.
my
We here
last,
to fight.
yeah, my last match, my intro, I what I stuttered like 4 times. I was like, reptilian top team, the tippity top team, the reptilian team, you know.
Yeah.
And yeah, man, I get it. So,
Well, in the real
but it
world,
was
you get a
great.
few times to like try and get out your
Yeah.
words.
It's
Like, you get 10 seconds.
Let's
go.
rerun that one. Let's rerun that one. Yeah, no, it's all live. That was an awesome match, though, bro.
Yeah, it
First
was.
experience. Didn't make it past the first round,
Yeah.
but
I mean, it went long,
A lot of
but, I mean-
action. Yeah, it didn't seem like those were only 2-minute rounds.
Yeah.
I think the whole fight was like a minute 40, roughly.
Minute 40, yeah.
minute
Yeah.
40-ish.
That's good
but
time.
It does feel like, oh man, that's a long time to be going full force with somebody. It's like sprinting for a minute and 40 seconds. That
So
gets
yeah, if you're not
tiring.
prepared, don't have cardio. Which I mean, I was 270 pounds at the time.
Yeah, but you have cardio at 270. Like, for a big guy, you...
For someone that's 270
Yeah, for
pounds.
someone that's
I'm-
270
I can
pounds.
be very smart with my weight and cardio. In jiu-jitsu, pretty
Yeah.
good with it. MMA fight, didn't know what the heck I was doing.
So right now we know what to work on though, and
Yeah.
and I think I don't know. Maybe you can test this. Was this match like a motivational boost to help you kind of like train more or lose some weight? Did you find some of the holes you had in your
One
game
of the-
that you want to?
One of the few reasons to lose some weight, because I'm 20 pounds less than that night. I need to get down to 230 to be happy, but 230
To love myself.
To love myself.
to love
I gotta get to
myself.
230
That way
to
I
love
don't have
myself.
bigger boobs than most women. No.
Well, we enjoy them, so thank you.
Look, man, you look great. So I don't know why you... keep
I
eating-
still have suffocating power
Yeah,
with these.
yeah.
These.
That was
Mother's
Man,
milk.
boobies.
Your top pressure is still good. You know what I mean?
It's still going to be good
Yeah.
if I'm 230. It's just that now I'll have more
It'd
saggy
be nice
tits.
if you guys lost some weight, and that way I don't have to
No.
go around and
Like the...
get pushed around by you big old boys.
Joe
all the
likes to
time,
sit
you know?
on. Joe likes to sit on people
Yeah.
because then he can just move. I mean, trying to mount Joe
You
is
can't.
the worst.
It's like,
you can't. You can't.
when I get mount on Joe, it's like both my feet don't even touch the ground.
And then
I'm
you-
just like balancing on him. Like, whoa.
That's the same thing with me, and I have long legs.
I know.
Yeah.
And
God.
then he just bucks us off.
You know, my weight has gone up and down. You know, it's gone up and
Mostly
down
up.
about 60 pounds, you know. And what I'll say is I hate training jujitsu when I'm lighter because my mobility.
Oh, I know.
My mobility goes up. But people can get under my neck.
Mm-hmm.
You know, people can get under my neck and like people can move me. You
Yeah.
know, and
I
it's
had that same problem when I started dropping more weight. My top game was like, you know, when I had more weight, I was like, oh, I can just lay on them.
Yeah.
No, when you're
Yeah.
lighter, they just like start military pressing you off.
Yeah.
You're like, oh shit, I can't even hold on to this guy. Like, what the hell's happening? that's understandable.
it just changes your jujitsu.
So,
you know?
yeah.
You get heavier, your top pressure gets better.
Yeah. So Joe's whole thing is, I'm not dieting, bro. I don't want my jujitsu.
Nah, don't diet.
Worse. Like, I'm not trying to get my jujitsu to get worse. So what are you talking about? Yeah, that's like
You don't have to be better at jujitsu. You just have to be heavy and show up after everybody's already done some rounds.
You just have to protect your legs.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're strong, then
Yeah.
you're good. That's all that you really need, anyways.
Yeah.
Just be really strong.
Just be
And you're good.
Yeah.
That's how jujitsu
What's your bench
works.
press, bro?
Yeah.
Right now, well, I'm getting over a shoulder injury, so not great. Probably 245. So
What do
pretty
you
weak.
weigh, bro?
Yeah, what do you-
What do
But
you weigh, bro? I'll pick you
I
up.
think
right
I
now.
could probably, when the shoulder's better, probably 305 easy.
Easy.
I bet you could. I've seen you bench like that.
Incline though, I'm more interested in incline. Last time I did
You're
incline,
gonna
it
be
was
carrying
250.
Joe just like this,
Yeah.
walking around.
I might be a
pretty
little
soon, bro.
hard.
Yeah.
He needs to.
You're about 10 years younger than me, too, right?
28.
You're 12 years younger than me.
Whoa.
You're going to be so much better than me by the time you're 40.
Like hopefully by then, like hopefully by 30, it's just TRT.
Yeah.
TRT, baby. That's where it's at.
I got no
It's
kids
gonna
to
be
worry about.
everywhere. It's gonna be everywhere.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Great first match. I know we kind of get a little sidetracked because we all known each other for a while now. We do this all the time in class where we just sit around and kind of BS.
Yeah.
But kind of getting back to this, how did you feel about the Street Beef Scrapyard event as a whole? What was kind of like your?
It was fun.
Was it fun?
It
You
was
enjoyed
fun.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it. Watching Matt and then Roman fight afterwards was really good.
Nice.
Just because, I mean, luckily I didn't miss Matt's. They put him far enough back where I'm out of the tent.
Right.
Because the nerves, just all the adrenaline, all that coming off, was awesome.
Yeah.
Like,
Do you keep in contact with your opponent?
no.
No. Okay.
I just
If I see him, say what's up.
that's what's
sure.
up. There's
That's cool.
no bad blood, no nothing. Just
Yeah.
we fought. He
Yeah.
threw me, I won. So equal trade.
Equal trades. That's how it goes.
Because I mean that's a great slow motion highlight. He can show that to anyone.
Did you have any conceived notion of the scrapyard prior to going up there? I know I went and did it first, so I kind of like brought back some of the info. I'm like, hey guys, it's all good.
Yeah.
But did you have any like thoughts going up there prior to competing?
Just
in
from
it
what
like
I
that?
saw from not the scrapyard but regular street beefs,
Like
I think it was like
online?
the videos from like way back. I was thinking I would see more guys that look like they just got out of prison.
Right.
Yeah. That makes sense.
That's understandable. Yeah. And I
Like-
think they have a little bit of that reputation with some of the videos that are released. And that's kind of like a misconception, really, of the event as a whole, right? Because every time I've gone there, and maybe you can, I don't know, shed some light on this as well. Every time I've gone there, I've always felt like it's been very inviting. I've met people every time I've gone. I've met like people that are now like friends, buddies, like-minded individuals that we have a common passion when it comes to martial arts. So I've been able to tap into that community, and it's been a really good experience for us. I mean, that's why we're getting this, like we're going up there every month and competing in their events because I feel it's so welcoming. Did you catch any of that when you were there?
Yeah, it's as long as you follow the rules, it's very welcoming. And even though I didn't talk too much because focusing on the
there.
fight,
Fair enough.
all that, talked with a couple guys. At least I got to meet Solo. That's all that
Nice.
matters. I got to meet Solo.
Big
Solo
Solo
photobombed
fan.
us.
Yeah.
We're all flexing. Me and Matt
awesome.
and Solo are flexing, so it's awesome.
That's
Yeah.
pretty awesome, man.
That
man.
was the greatest photobomb that could have happened. So I got to do that. Solo is the street beef scrapyard hero.
Yeah.
I think you wouldn't be alone in saying that. Solo has a huge following.
He is the mascot.
I've watched a
he's
lot of his
great,
fights,
man.
man. It's
Are
pretty
you
awesome.
surprised about how high he can kick?
Yeah.
Yeah, he can really get the.
I've seen him head kick people.
Joe,
Yeah.
back when I first met Joe, I was a little surprised because Joe had a bit of that solo kick in him too. He was doing like crescent kicks and like at your face. You're like, bro, what are you doing? You don't have the body.
I
to do
remember
that.
him leg kicking me as hard as he could.
well, you
8 times in a row.
You probably deserve that.
Yeah.
Was it like a
but-
white belt initiation? You don't want to reach like 8 times.
Yeah, I had welts on my leg,
Great.
and I was
That's
like,
just
what the
body
heck?
conditioning, bro. It's cool. Don't be a little punk about it.
It was better when my back was better.
Oh,
You know what
yeah.
I mean? Like, yeah.
Now, did I shatter your back, or
No, I think it was just wear and tear, brother.
I shattered it.
It
We'll
was,
go with that.
It was. I
You're not going to give you credit for that one.
I did a lot of stupid stuff when I was younger. You know what I mean?
Same here.
When I was a kid, back when I was you.
Back when I was
Back when I was
Your back remembers your spine. You know,
Exactly.
like I see you leg press or you weren't leg pressing, but you were deadlifting like 400 pounds.
465.
465.
Yeah, don't.
That's lightweight.
It's almost 500, bro.
Yeah.
Closer to 5. you mean?
Eventually, that starts to take a toll on you. But right now,
I don't deadlift heavy anymore.
Yeah.
Squats,
right now
I
you're
do.
doing you're okay.
You're doing great.
Yeah,
man.
you're doing great, man.
You're the future now.
Yeah, absolutely.
I will say, losing weight, lost a lot of strength. That's one thing.
Well, you got to acclimate. That's the thing, you know. That
Trade-off.
calorie deficit, and then.
And you're still going to be
You're back
strong.
there.
You're
Yeah.
not. You're
I'll be
probably never going to be. You're not going to be Grant. You're going to be still strong.
Well, Grant's supposedly getting up there in weight with muscle. So
Whoa, we gotta watch out for
We
that.
gotta
'cause
wait
that's-
till he comes
He's
over.
coming back, and he's gonna be just.
Yeah.
You know,
Shut up, dude.
What do you mean?
but he hasn't trained, so he'll just be bigger, fresher meat.
There you go. Big old snack. Come back.
I hope
you
he
little-
comes back,
You little
dude.
snack.
I-
Come on back. Right?
I miss that guy.
Yeah.
Computer.
What do we got coming up for the future for you? Do we got any matches in the future planned or any events?
I'm thinking about doing a jiu-jitsu competition on October 26th with Nick.
What's that? What's that? What?
It's in
competition is that?
Salem for sub league.
For sub league.
No
Yeah.
geese?
I haven't competed.
I'm
in
gonna
sub-league,
do
man.
no gi. Nick, I think, is just gonna do gi.
Nick is gonna.
Nick is going to
Nick
be a
kinda
problem.
convinced me.
dude. Nick is going to be a problem for anybody in his weight class as a white belt.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I saw he caught somebody in that baseball show.
Yeah, he got Johnny with the baseball.
Johnny, that's right.
He did.
That
Nick
went
was
viral,
honest.
by the
Nick was
way.
honest.
Yeah.
He got submitted 10 times before that, but he ended it with that baseball choke.
So this is one thing
It's
that
not
I
really a
wanted to-
baseball choke. I'm sorry. I didn't
No,
mean to cut you
it
off.
was.
It was.
Yeah.
But it's because I spoke with Nick about this.
Yeah.
So it's Nick's version of the baseball choke. He calls it the Santa sack.
Yeah,
Did you
yeah.
hear about that? The
Yeah.
Santa sack.
No, that
So,
was
yeah.
so when I was taught that choke a long time ago, like the way they taught us to do it was imagine like Santa like throwing the sack of gifts over you, right?
Because the baseball
Yeah.
wasn't a good analogy. It was Santa.
Well, because you're not choking it like you're putting it all the way, you're turning all the way, so it's like the opponent is behind you.
and that would do with the baseball bat too.
No, you don't go here with the baseball. Like this is retard. No, this doesn't. No, ow, that hurt.
You're talking about Santa Claus and
He
then
hurt himself again.
whatever. But all right.
No. But so this is something that I wanted to bring up, like because he like took that video and he posted it online, and I was like, hey man, like you can't do that with like guys that aren't in our school. You know what I mean? That's not a good look. Like,
yeah, that is a little taboo. That is,
you know, I don't like if I went to your school and you like
I
beat my
gave him
ass
permission.
and then videotaped it.
I gave him permission.
Who the hell are you?
I am Big Ugly.
Yeah, he's like, I said it was okay. I stepped that, so it's all good. Don't worry about
So
it.
I was just like, hey man, like you should take it down. Like he's doing good. He's doing real good.
Sure.
You know?
It's
Like,
He almost got me with the baseball choke. He had it almost, but I was able to, like, he turned all the way, like he was on the bottom again.
Yeah.
He went all the way. He turned a lot, and I was just able to get back in position, get a little pressure off my neck, and then go for an armbar.
I won't let him get around my neck anymore. Don't
You
do
don't.
that.
You have to have a neck.
I'm letting him try to get as best as he
There you
can.
go.
Yeah.
Like a good training partner.
Yeah.
And
Well,
then
I
a heel
think
hook
that's-
immediately.
That's something to be. That's actually a good point you brought up, though.
Yeah.
I mean, it is like etiquette is something that needs to be learned.
Sure.
And it's also something that should be taught.
Yeah.
You know, we don't really have too many rules here.
Well, to be
You know what I mean?
To be
So-
fair to every single person here, I mean, coaches and all students, we've only had cameras for like a year. Mm-hmm. So there's like a lot that we.
Yeah, and
You know?
I don't think any of that was done out of malice.
Oh, no, I don't think
it was.
so. I don't think
if
so.
you know, like,
Yeah.
I mean, we all know who Nick is.
Yeah.
For those of you watching, if you know Nick, like he's just
Yeah.
really enthusiastic. He's excited that he's able to do this thing now.
Oh,
That's when he
He's come
came
a
in.
long ways.
Yeah, when he came
Yeah.
in, remember he was very unsure about it. He had a lot
Oh,
of
yeah,
those
yeah.
white belt issues we all have, and also
Sure.
suffered with like a lot of other personal stuff.
Dude, I like Nick a lot. Like
I do too.
that wasn't to
Of
like
course.
smash him or
No,
anything.
I think it's good that you brought it up though,
Yeah.
because we do want to have that certain level of etiquette. Like,
Sure.
we want to make that clear. Yeah, we're not trying to put any school down.
Yeah.
We're not trying to do anything like that. Like,
Yeah.
every school that we come across, we have a level of respect for. If you're
Sure.
training martial arts and you share this passion we share,
Yeah.
we'd love to even talk with you, because
Absolutely.
that's one of the primary reasons we even started this podcast, was to find like-minded individuals that share a passion for martial arts and to tell their story of how like this has impacted their lives. And it's crazy because you do get all walks of life that come through the door.
Sure.
And no matter where you come from, under this banner, we can kind of get to know each other and learn about each other and develop camaraderie and friendships and stuff like that. Like, I say it all the time, bro. My buddies are you guys, the guys I train with, the guys that I know I can go in here and I can punch you.
Yeah.
You can punch me. We can shoot the shit. The things we say about each other, I mean, yeah, they're off the cuff. We keep it pretty clean for YouTube and stuff like that, but none of it's out of malice.
No,
Even when it's,
no,
from outside perspective, you'd be like, oh my God, you guys
said that to each other? You guys said you're friends.
Exactly. But I would feel like
that was some war crime stuff you just said right there.
I don't want to cancel you from YouTube. I want to cancel you from life.
Yeah, you know.
I'm just going to send the ATF to go kill your dog.
Something like that. Jeez. So we got October then, right? That's the net.
October 26th. That's what I'm looking for. If not that one, then one November 13th. It's in Naga. Mm-hmm. So that one's going to be closer. It's going to be in Portland. I think the same place I did my first tournament, like legal tournament, not Kumite, but
love Kumites.
Kumites are awesome.
Shout out to Bloodsport, bro.
Yeah.
That made Kumite, like Kumites.
Yeah.
They made Kumites popular and cool.
Yes.
Van Damme, bro. He really did.
That
Frank
was
Dukes,
his
too.
best.
Man.
Frank
You
Dukes.
got to thank Frank Dukes for
Listen, man, that guy's
storytelling.
nuts, but he made a good movie. His story made a good movie, you know.
It's
real
life story.
I'm still waiting for like my letter in the mail. It's like, oh, you've been invited to this Kumite on this island, like Mortal Kombat stuff.
Man.
So it's coming, I'm sure.
I'll take steroids if that ever happens for me.
Perfect. Do you got any plans for MMA in the future?
We'll see, because I got a couple jobs I have to look at, and if I get the corrections job, I might do one more, or I might just join the Army and just be like full steam ahead into World War III. Let's go.
Oh man, you can fight in this one, brother.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be mad to go fight Russians, Iranians, and Chinese in a World War III.
That's pretty crazy.
Good way to die.
Yeah.
For
we
a
all gotta
government that
go
doesn't like me.
some way. So there's that.
Yeah. Come talk to me before you decide to sign any paperwork, dude. You know what I mean?
Always wait to sign. Infantry right away.
No.
There we go.
No.
See you later. I'm leaving tomorrow, bro.
Yeah.
What about you, Buffalo Joe? We got anything planned coming up in the future? I know you're dealing with injuries and you're trying to get better.
Physical rehab
Some
for
more
for at least a
rehab.
month, and then I get to unlock the MRI machine.
Wonderful.
Welcome to dealing with the VA.
Yes, of course.
But once I'm up and running, I don't know. We'll see what comes down the pipe. But I want to actually like compete in street beefs. I think that would be cool. And I don't know if it's
competitor coming up.
I don't know if it's going to be boxing or MMA or whatever.
We'll
but
figure it out when we get.
I would say
when
boxing,
I get healed
'cause
up.
you keep hurting your back. Every kick you throw.
I was thinking, man, I was like, man, I don't want anybody kicking me in the knee.
They
leg.
do also do jiu-jitsu, and I'm sure that they would be open to like even like a tag team jiu-jitsu thing. I know.
Really?
Yeah. Last
do
night
they do jiu-jitsu, don't they?
Yeah, we're at the NWC event last night, and they had a couple tag team jiu-jitsu matches, and Fire Chicken was there with us.
Yeah.
And,
under 400 pounds, right?
Yeah, that's the max limit. So, as a team, you guys can't weigh 400. You guys can't weigh over 400 pounds.
So if you want to lose like 70 more pounds,
only 70, Joe. Only 70, bro. What?
Bro, I wouldn't. There wouldn't be no muscle
you guys
on
would
me.
still be 500 pounds.
You'd have to take out my skeleton.
Yeah,
just lose.
I don't want to lose any weight, bro.
Yeah,
like
no.
I'll lose 10 pounds, you lose 70 more, and we'll be good. You know, like maybe.
Your math is off.
Your math as well.
I don't think you're around. I don't think. Yeah, your math is off. You're around 350 right now.
350. Oh man, I am looking pretty big though. You know,
A little.
I've been
It looks like you just went to grandma's house.
I've been on a bulk for like the last 5 years.
Right, dude. I'm glad you noticed, bro. I've been really putting it on. So okay. So we got that going in the future, and you're recovering. I got let's see. Next weekend I'll be competing at Street Beast, September 21st event. I plan on doing a kickboxing match.
Nice.
Hopefully that all pans out well, and
So damn, you're gonna round out all of your competitions, right? There's nothing else you can compete in.
I'm just gonna walk off into the sunset, bro.
You want to do a point karate or something?
Now that you brought that up, I have done point karate, Joe.
Have you really?
For anybody out there that wants to look this up, back in 2002, 2001, 2002, I was the number 1 point sparring champion in all the Northwest, guys. In traditional tournaments. It's true. I was a point sparring
you were
champion,
the karate kid?
grandmaster.
You were the karate kid?
I mean, some would say.
Okay.
Some would
All right,
say.
yeah. Nice.
I did that and board breaking as well. So I can break boards and I can point spar pretty good.
Nice.
Or I used to, anyways.
Yeah.
So, I mean, whatever, bro.
Oh, you know.
All right, settle down now. we're going to have to cut this show. We're going to
Yeah.
handle some shit.
Like
This is, I don't know, cut this. I'm going to have to edit this all out. Anyways, thank you for tuning in today. Thank Big Ugly here. Love having you on. We love the singlets. Can't wait to see you compete again in October. Thanks, Buffalo Joe, for stopping in here. Shout out to Steven the Answer. He was supposed to be on today, but he ended up getting sick. And we wish him a speedy recovery and hope that he's okay. Please like, share, and subscribe, guys. Thank you very much, and we'll see you next week. Bye.
When I say I'm gonna do something, I do it. I don't give a damn what you think. I'm doing this for me.